All right, let's get right into it. Today we're taking a look at the philosophy of the legendary music producer Rick Rubin. In his book, The Creative Act, he basically flips the script on what we think creativity is. He says it's not some special skill for a lucky few, but it's actually a fundamental way of being for every single one of us.
And this quote, it's pretty much the whole idea in a nutshell. It gets right to the heart of it. The focus isn't on the thing you make, the product. It's about the process, the state of mind you get into. The art itself, that's just what happens when you're in that state. It's almost a side effect.
So let me ask you a question that, trips a lot of people up. Have you ever asked yourself this? Am I creative? It can feel like a really loaded question, and maybe you haven't always liked the answer you came up with.
Well, here's the beautiful, simple truth at the center of this whole philosophy. The answer is always yes. 100% yes. You are a creative person. And that's not just some feel-good line. It's the first major building block of this whole way of thinking.
So this is the foundation. The big idea here is that creativity isn't some exclusive club for artists. Nope. It's a basic, fundamental part of being human. It's something we all do every single day, whether we realize it or not. And when we say creativity, we need to think way bigger than just painting or writing a song. Think about it. It's having a really great conversation. It's figuring out a tricky problem at work. It's even just rearranging the furniture in your room. Anytime you bring something new into the world that wasn't there a moment before, that's a creative act. So, when it comes right down to it, living like an artist has nothing to do with what you produce. It's all about how you see the world. It's a practice, something you do every day. It's about paying attention, really noticing things, and seeing what sparks something in you.
Okay, so if creativity is all about being aware, what exactly are we supposed to be aware of? I mean, where do these ideas, these little sparks of inspiration actually come from?
Rubin has this really beautiful idea he calls the source. And it's not what you think. It's not some hidden well of genius deep inside you that you have to find. It's the opposite. It's an external, infinite field of ideas and wisdom that's all around us all the time. It's always broadcasting, just waiting for us to tune in. And that's the big metaphor he uses. We are all antennae. Our job as creators isn't to force ideas out of nothing. Our job is to become better receivers, to fine-tune our personal antennae so we can pick up on the signals the universe is already sending out.
So how do we get better reception? Well, it's really about cultivating a mindset of total openness. As you can see, these aren't complicated techniques. It's about making some quiet space in your head, being present, acting spontaneously instead of overthinking everything. The real goal is just to hold on to that sense of wonder, to get back to that curious, open-minded way we all saw the world when we were kids.
All right, so you've tuned your antenna, and a little creative seed, an idea, has arrived. Now what? Well, according to Rubin, this next part isn't about hard work or grinding it out. It's about joyful discovery. It's about play.
So the process starts with just collecting these seeds, little sparks of interest, things you notice. And the key is, you don't judge them at all. Then you move into the experimentation phase. And here, your only job is to play around with them, see what happens, and kind of let the idea tell you what it wants to be. Rubin makes this really important distinction between a craftsman and an artist. A craftsman, he says, starts with a plan. They know exactly what they're making and they just execute it. But an artist starts with a question. They're on a journey of discovery. The whole point is to be surprised by where they end up. And on a journey of discovery, you're absolutely going to take some wrong turns. But those aren't failures. Rubin says they are just crucial pieces of information. Every mistake is just a signpost, pointing you in the right direction. It's just data.
And that's really the secret, isn't it? Just letting go of all that pressure. When you lower the stakes, when you stop trying to win and you're just playing for the sake of playing, that's when you're truly free to explore and experiment without any fear.
Okay, now we come to what is, for so many people, the hardest part of the entire process. And that's knowing when a project is actually finished, and then having the courage to let it go out into the world.
This is the classic question, right? It's the one that can keep us tinkering with something forever, leading to all those projects that just never see the light of day. So when do you finally call it done?
And Rubin's answer here is so liberating. There is no formula. There's no checklist. You don't have to meet some external standard. It's just an intuition, a feeling, The work is done when you and your soul feel like it's done.
Now, trusting that intuition is a lot easier if you adopt what he calls an abundant mindset. This is the belief that ideas are not a limited resource, that cosmic river of inspiration never runs dry. When you share your work, you're not depleting your creative well. You're actually making space for new ideas to flow in.
And this lets us completely redefine what success even means. It has nothing to do with how popular it is, how much money it makes, or what critics say. Real success is an internal thing. It's that quiet, private moment when you feel pleased with what you've done and you're ready to let it go. It's just about finishing one chapter so you can get excited about starting the next one.
So, let's zoom out one last time and see how all of these pieces fit together. What's the real point of all this? This tuning in, this playing, this creating? And we've kind of come full circle. The art you make is just the evidence. It's the receipt, you could say. The real work is cultivating that state of being, a life lived with awareness, curiosity, and openness. Being an artist isn't a job title, it's an identity.
And why does any of this matter? Because making art is one of the most basic human things we do. It's how we make a mark on the world. Every single creative act, from a prehistoric cave painting to a song you hear on the radio today, is basically a profound, timeless declaration that just says, I was here.
So, if you think about all of human creativity as one long, beautiful, messy conversation that stretches back for thousands of years, it really just leaves us with one final, inspiring question. We're all creators. We're all part of this conversation. So, what are you going to add?